Hello again, my name's Gabe Zona. Just finished reading a rather interesting and somewhat frightening article on World Net Daily. You're not going to have to look for it. I will attach the link. The title of this particular article is DHS Hides Crucial Facts on Terrorist Influx. Now, as you probably know, Al-Shabaab has called out for their lone wolves to attack malls throughout America, Canada, and England. They're the same organization that in Kenya slaughtered 67 innocent shoppers at an upper scale mall over a 3-day period. Now, what's interesting is that the U.S. Department of Refugee Resettlement Program, well, according to this article, they've placed over 100,000 Somalis and U.S. citizens since the early 1990s. The choice for the Somali new residents, the number one choice is Minnesota. Might that explain why Minnesota has been able to send a congressional representative to Congress? Might that also explain why a number of Minnesotan residents, probably newly formed residents, are returning to the battlefield in Syria? Huh? Now, what it also says is that the second hotspot is Maine, Ohio, Colorado, and Southern California. Huh? You sort of wonder why they're going to those other areas versus Southern California, especially from the fact that they come from a rather warm desert kind of climate. They're going from a desert into a deep freezer when they go to Minnesota. But that does have one of the highest populations of Somalis. What the article also says that's a little frightening is a lot of the imams, you know, the recruiters, the best recruiters that they have are also being sent to the United States. How do you think these folks get converted, huh? What do you think these temples that they pray to, these mosques, are all about? The article also talks about Jay Johnson and his concern. Well, he's really concerned now because within 4 days, unless the Republicans cave, they'll run out of funding for Obama's illegal immigration program. You know, the one that he said he can't do about 26 times, and he went ahead and did anyway. What's really scary is that in the fiscal year of 2014, the U.S. admitted 9,000 Somalis. In the first 4 months of fiscal 2015, the U.S. has allowed 3,536 new Somalian refugees, or 884 per month. The concern that I have is how accurate or inaccurate are these figures? We know that the unemployment rate is dramatically higher than what they tell us. Can we therefore assume that the immigration rate that they're allowing into this country is also dramatically higher than they're telling us? Is this Obama's way of growing his own militia? I don't know. I'm just asking. If the Republicans cave in and fund Obama's immigration program, I gotta believe the Republican Party will be done like burnt toast. The American people gave them a majority in both the Senate and the House. They didn't give them the majority so they could continue the same old as when the Democrats controlled the Senate. We'll see. Time is running out in less than 4 days. If DHS isn't funded, the terror threats, according to Jay Johnson, will dramatically increase. Isn't that always the case? Huh? If they can't do it one way, they'll try another. Read the article. Once again, it's very informative, somewhat frightening, but hey, Wouldn't you rather know the truth than be lied to constantly? Huh? Just ask him. I told you what I think. I told you what WorldNet Daily thinks. Let me know what you think.